Hello and welcome to the Rainy Night Listens podcast. I'm Haley.
And I'm Wyatt, and this is the podcast that you save for a rainy night instead of a rainy day. Today, we are going over the Backrooms.
Deal.
Oh, do you know what the Backrooms be?
I've heard of them, but I know literally nothing about them.
That's good because
So,
if you read the title for the next slide, I feel like maybe you could understand.
what backrooms, I ask?
Indeed. I forgot a word in that sentence. It's only just hitting me, but...
That's okay. It made it better.
I hope so. I feel like... How dare you? She just mouthed it didn't. So, in my opinion, there's, two versions of the Backrooms. I say kind of... They're, I'm going to cover part of one in this video, and then the one made by Kane Parsons himself is, his take on it. He hasn't covered very much of it. I feel like what I'm covering in this is, what people online kind of... They're building it themselves online. But I feel like, in my opinion, the version online and the version Kane is making on his YouTube channel and the movie that will be coming out at some point.
Oh, they're making a movie about the backrooms?
I believe so. I haven't heard anything about it not being, not stopped or something, but I feel like they kind of are separate. Mm-hmm. Obviously one's based off the other, but I feel like in Kane's version, he hasn't covered many of the levels. He's shown different parts of the Backrooms, but in the one I'm covering, they cover a bunch of levels and fill in they fill in their own gaps that they make and stuff. It's all built it's like the SCP thing. It's all online, built by people
that makes sense.
Making putting in their own stuff and stuff. It's pretty well moderated. If you go on that website itself, which I leave a link on almost every single one of these slides to the specific parts I'll be reading. But they have a lot of rules and stuff on their website. So it's not I think it's very organized for what it is all I'm trying to say. That's all.
Gotcha.
They do a good job
cool.
organizing it, yeah. This is a quote taken directly from the website. It says, "If you're not careful and no clip out of reality in wrong areas, you'll end up in the Backrooms, where it's nothing but the stink of moist carpet and the madness of mono yellow and endless background noise of fluorescent lights at maximum hum buzz, and approximately 600 million square miles of randomly segmented empty rooms to be trapped in. God save you if you hear something wandering around nearby, because it sure as hell has heard you."
Oh my gosh.
It's very dark, but
that's crazy.
I feel like it gets the point across.
Yeah. It's just a terrible place you don't want to
go. Yeah. So, I try to put the background pictures to give a thing, there are tons of games and, obviously YouTube stuff on this so you could understand it better, but obviously all I can put is pictures.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's basically, just endless halls and rooms, but they're not always formed correctly. They just kind of, look strange and out of place, or, maybe the lighting's weird, maybe there's something
Ooh.
It's just, Twilight Zone, something it just feels wrong, that kind of thing. So it explains no clipping out of reality. There's no clipping is falling through the world, which
you've fallen off the map basically.
Yeah, or there's holes in the world that it's like a glitch in the Matrix, you are walking and then all of a sudden you fall through the ground even though the ground's still there.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then you end up in the Backrooms.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, it says, directly from this link, it says, "The Backrooms is a large space outside of known reality. Time doesn't work the same. and there are dangerous entities lurking in the shadows. This guide is to help newcomers prepare physically and mentally for the backroom. So read up because there have been no documented escapes. That's where it's kind of separate from Kane Parsons, because I believe I've watched a good amount of what he's posted, and the main character gets out, but I'm gonna say spoilers in case you do want to watch it. So spoilers, ignore me for the next 20-ish seconds. He gets out, but when he gets out, he appears really high in the sky and just falls to his death.
Oh my gosh.
So it's yeah.
You escaped, but you really didn't.
Yeah. See, that's where it's different, because on this one there's no escapees, whereas on Kane's version, someone got out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It says, how to get there. To get to the backrooms, you must no-clip out of reality. There isn't a for sure way to do this, as it seemingly happens at random times. There are some tips to increase your chances of getting there, though one way is to find a potential entrance. There are common places where entrances can be found, such as walls that are a shade darker in abandoned buildings. Like if a wall just looks wrong, you might be able to walk through it and end up in the back rooms.
Okay.
Or doors that look like they shouldn't lead anywhere or are in a random place. So it's almost like the back rooms, their leak into reality is how you get there. It's because it's oh, that door was not there before.
Oh, okay.
And you open it and you're in the back rooms. It says, any area that gives paranormal feelings, like your hair standing up, buzzing, electric currents, or sense of unease. And then it says, missing the last step on a flight of stairs and falling on your face. This usually does not work. Only in very select flights of stairs. The anomalous properties of said stairs disappear/move after 2 or so entries using this method. And the last one says, interacting with a corrupt object such as a glitched chair. So it's very different. If you watch Kane's version, they're very different. They don't have this weird guidebook online and stuff like his does. His is just, what the heck is happening,
Yeah. Or this one is more hey, if you want to go here,
yeah,
this is what you look for.
Yeah.
Or if you don't want to, this is what you look for.
This is what you look for. It says, if you find a place that looks like an entrance, make sure you're prepared, and then simply try to walk through the wall. There's about 1 in 10,000 chance you'll get into the back rooms. Some people spend years trying to get in, and then others get in on their first or second try. And then it says, accepting your fate. If you have happened to stumble upon the backrooms accidentally, the first thing you must do is, step 1, not panic, as panicking causes you to lose your senses and make noise, which may attract unwanted visitors. Step 2, make a mental note of your surroundings and to determine which level you've landed in. Step 3, accept the backrooms as your new home because you won't be returning to Earth ever again.
So, real quick, in the realm of
I'm going to take off my jacket while you're saying this. Yeah.
Deal. So in the realm of the back rooms, you've got no clipping where you're phasing out of reality. Is it you're playing a video game and then this happens, or is this real life?
This is
in this world.
In this world, it's real life.
Oh.
If you watch Kane, I keep saying Kane Pixels' first video, it's a kid that's recording his friends doing skateboarding stunts. They're in around the side of a building. They're recording, and his friend skateboards and does a jump or something. And then when the cameraman steps towards them to show them the footage, you just see him drop through the ground.
Okay.
What the heck just happened? And then,
dude, that makes it so much worse.
Yeah, it's
Ew.
It could just happen.
Okay.
And in the world of the backrooms, it's real life. It's not in video games. Obviously, you could fall through the world and stuff. Obviously, with glitches, but it's basically that concept in real life. But there's somewhere where you end up instead of just falling forever, in a video game.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And then step 4, stay here, as attempting to escape will most likely lead you to more dangerous levels. There are no exits from the backrooms, and it is difficult to even attempt to find one, as you must pass through many dangerous levels and unlikely occurrences. None have ever officially made it out, and it is currently unknown if it ends. So,
I have a question.
Yeah.
Has there been an explanation of how the back rooms are even known about if no one's ever made it out?
So, yes,
Or am I skipping ahead?
you might be. I haven't read all the way through this. I've only read levels 1 and 2 and a little bit about like a little
Oh,
side
okay.
group. But in Kane's version, like I said, someone gets out, but as well as there's a like government group that found out how to make like a portal to the back rooms, and they try to chart it as they're like exploring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll keep referencing back and forth just to try to help fill the gaps, because in my mind I kind of have to mix the two because I feel like there's gaps no matter what. But
That makes sense.
yeah, this one's like,
And it makes sense if one was built off of the other one, that even if something wasn't explicitly stated in
yeah, it
the
might
second
help.
version, it was because it was already like created in the first.
Yeah, like they very well could cover it on here because, like I said, this website, seriously, if you want to like learn about this version of the Backrooms, they've got everything. They've even got pages that they've archived and rewritten and stuff like that. Like
Jeez.
it's very, very well done and well moderated. But I could keep reading about the basics of the Backrooms, but I'm going to continue to where you end up usually when you know clip out of reality.
Deal.
But before that, we're going to do Hagen's historical word of the day.
Hagen.
Hagen, Hagen, Hagen.
The.
There you go.
Enlightening.
Very.
The.
It's a very used word.
The.
He knows what he's doing.
The.
One more time.
The.
Yep, there you go. But where you end up is level 0. It says, I will be reading from the website for these parts, so bear with me as I struggle.
This looks worse than
The first one?
previous photo.
Well, yeah, see, like I said, it's different. As you'll probably notice, they're all very low resolution, and the high resolution ones look very computer generated because they are. So,
What?
leave me alone and bear with me. And I
Yeah.
tried not to steal the specific pictures they use on the website just to be, I'm already heavily referencing them, so I'm trying to, like, further expand. Like, hey,
That's fair.
this is stuff. Like, they've got, like, those ceiling lights that buzz when they're old.
Yeah.
And the carpet's
I
always
hate
wet.
those. That's so gross.
I know,
It's
it's
always
disgusting.
moist.
So, the first place you will end up, usually, is level 0. On this, they've got it broken down into, like defining words as well as description. It is considered safe, secure, with a minimal entity count. So there aren't many creatures here.
Okay.
And then it'll later say that there's none, I believe, but that's just how they explained it. In Kane's version, once again, I'll try to reference back and forth. I was thinking of doing a video specifically on his YouTube version that he made, but if I keep referencing back and forth, I might not because... But in his version, there was a monster that the main character runs into. Well, the first character we follow runs into. Or one of them. It was like a creature made out of wires. I think I talk about it in this one, if I get that far. But yes, it's considered safe, secure, with a minimal entity count. It is considered level 0.
Okay.
Otherwise known as the tutorial level.
The lighting makes me not believe that it's safe.
Hey, you could fall in and be here. Or you could fall in and be here. Or you could turn that corner.
So are they both considered level 0 then? Like the well-lit one is also considered level 0?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
It goes on for so long. There's just so many different rooms and things that could be that one room might be full. One area you might walk in and all the lights turn off. Like,
Ooh, okay.
or you could walk in and all the lights turn on. It's like...
Backrooms.
It's the Backrooms.
Okay.
So, level 0 is the first level of the Backrooms, and the first level many encounter. Description is, level 0 is a nonlinear space resembling the Backrooms of a retail outlet. Similar to its previous form, all rooms in level 0 appear uniform and share superficial features such as a yellowish wallpaper, damp carpet, and inconsistently placed fluorescent lighting. However, no two rooms within the level are identical. Which, I don't know if that's canon in Kane's version, but yeah, they say no two rooms are identical in this one.
Okay.
The installed lighting flickers constantly and hums at a constant frequency. This buzzing is notably louder and more obtrusive than ordinary fluorescent humming, and examination of the fixtures to determine the source has been inconclusive. The substance saturating the carpet cannot be consistently identified. It is not water, nor is it safe to consume.
Ew.
Yeah, gross.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
You like that that's the worst part about this, is the mystery liquid in the
Is
carpet?
the mystery wet carpet. Yeah, like I said, a lot of these fine details aren't covered in Kane's version. So
okay.
for all we know, it's just wet water carpets in his version. But in this version, we don't know what the liquid is.
Ugh.
Yeah. Linear spaces in level 0 are altered drastically. It is possible to walk in a straight line and return to the starting point. Yeah, it says it is possible to walk in a straight line and return to the starting point, and retracing your steps will result in a different set of rooms appearing than the ones already passed through. Due to this and the visual similarity between rooms, consistent navigation is extremely difficult. Devices such as compasses and GPS locators fail to function within the level, and radio communications are distorted and unreliable. Level 0 is entirely still and completely devoid of life. Despite the fact that it is the primary entrance to the backrooms, contact with other wanderers within the level has never been reported. Presumably, a great number of people have died before exiting. The most likely causes being dehydration, starvation, and psychological trauma due to sensory deprivation and isolation. However, no corpses have been reported from these hypothetical deaths. Attempting to enter level 0 in a group will result in the separation of the group until the level is exited. So it like separates people.
Gross.
Yeah. Well, once again, I'm going to refer to Kane's version because there's a really good scene where like that government group that I said that found a way into the backrooms. They're like walking, and this guy, they're all in hazmat suits, and one guy turns down one corridor, turns around, and then sees the rest of his group keep walking. So he turns around and walks back to them, but when he turns the corner, they're gone, and he's just somewhere else. Like,
that is horrific.
yeah, it is terrifying.
That would be so horrible.
It kills me. I hate it. It says, rooms with red wallpaper and dim lighting appear very rarely. These should not be approached or entered. Hallucinations are common in level 0, the most common being humming from the lighting increasing to a deafening volume, then abruptly silencing. The appearance of doors, the appearance of stairs, acute deja vu, and human-like speech resembling no known language, and movement in peripheral vision resembling insects crawling underneath the wallpaper, which disappears once the wall is observed directly, and insect-like chittering.
So it just makes you go insane.
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
Perfect.
it says like hallucinations are common in level 0, but I feel like it's just the fact that you're alone. Like your mind starts screwing
And all
with you.
you can hear is just the buzz.
Yeah, of fluorescent lights.
Yeah.
It says, according to analysis, the CO2 levels within level 0 are rising at a steady rate. The significance of this is unknown, which, once again, these weird details are not at all covered in Kane's version.
Okay.
Entities. No entities are known to exist within the level, including other humans. If you see, hear, or encounter what you believe to be another wanderer, it is not a human. It's like, it kind of contradicts itself a little bit with that, but yeah. Entrances and exits. Accidental no-clipping out of the bounds of reality is the most consistent way of accessing level 0, and by extension, the backrooms. And then it says, see the basics of the backrooms guide, which is what I linked on the first slide. The fortresses of level 283 rarely contain wooden doors that smell of mold. Entering these doors will lead to level 0. That's one of the entrances.
What the frick?
Yeah.
So if you can get to 283, you can get back to 0.
You can get back to 0, yeah, where there's no food or water and no other people.
Perfect. That's what you want.
Yeah. It says exits. Exiting level 0 is only possible by no clipping, which will always result in entry to level 1. As newcomers to level 0 are often unfamiliar with the mechanics of the backrooms, it is necessary to keep your bearings and adapt quickly to the environment in order to exit. And then they have like sub levels, like level 0 and then sub levels and then level 1.
Okay.
I'm covering 2 of them because they're directly referenced here. The rest I'm not going to cover. If you want to learn about them, just go to the website. They have them all listed out in the ever expanding list that it is. Like I said, it goes up to and probably past level 283. So
that's insane.
But yes, I'll be covering 2. One being what is about to be said here. It says entrance to the Manila room is very rare but possible by walking an almighty distance in any direction. Unlike level 0, wanderers can meet freely in the Manila room, but the room is a dead end. Rather, it functions as a rendezvous room for wanderers who survive the trek. Additionally, documentation from the Meg can be found in the Manila room, assisting newcomers in survival and escape. Instructions on how to no-clip can be found in Data Missing, so they don't give
Perfect.
Yeah. And that is the end of level 0's explanation, which, so I'll be covering, like I said, 2 sub-levels that were directly mentioned in what I read. First one being the red rooms, which this photo is so low quality, but good luck finding a good picture of the red rooms online without directly trying to steal it from a YouTuber, which I'm not going to do personally. It's just basically all the lights go out or the lights turn red, and it's like just red fluorescent lights instead of yellow or white like before.
This is what they had said earlier, that if you see a red one, to avoid it.
To avoid it, yes.
Okay.
The survival difficulty of the red rooms is level 3.
Oh.
Yeah.
So not good.
Yeah. And this is still part of level 0. This is not, like it's a sub-level of level 0. You can find this while in level 0 is basically what's going on here.
Okay.
Description. Oh, it says no hostile entities, and that it's the dead zone. And a dead end. The red rooms bear great similarity to their parent level, although some key differences set them apart. The area is shrouded in a deep red hue, from the crimson wallpaper to the dark room-like lighting. The carpet is coarse and sticky, contrasting with the slick, moist carpet of level 0, and harboring colonies of mushrooms and black mold in dark corners.
Ugh.
Radio communication in the area is as unreliable as in level 0, and the longer a subject stays within, the poorer quality of communication will become before halting entirely. The Meg have documented 3 instances of field agents falling victim to the red rooms, none of whom were seen again after their radio communications deteriorated. This evidence suggests the rooms are extremely difficult or impossible to escape. During these short-lived Meg communications, the area has been described as viscerally uncomfortable and generally distressing to exist inside of. Affected individuals report feelings of disgust, despair, and paranoia, as well as feelings of claustrophobia. These strong emotions compound the stress which often comes with the sudden break from level 0's monotony. These rooms are not to be approached or entered. If spotted, turn the other way and do not attempt to enter them under any circumstances. And then this online version has factions of people who live in the back rooms. Like the Meg, how I keep talking about the Meg.
Uh-huh.
I can skip forward to it if you want, or I can get there when I get there. But I explain what the Meg is later.
Oh, okay.
But they have factions of people or settlements that live in the back rooms. It's
What
weird,
the heck?
but yeah. So this one says no bases, communities, or outposts are known to exist within the red rooms. The red rooms may only be entered through level 0, completely at random. After turning a corner, no method of ascertaining where in the level they will appear has yet been found. After one has entered the red rooms, there is presumably no chance of exit.
Perfect.
And then it has a really long, story of someone who had been in the red rooms.
Oh, okay.
I won't read that. If you want to read it, it's on that link right there at the bottom, or just go onto their website and find red rooms, which is within their levels list. It's a very easy to navigate website. So, the next area I will be covering is the Manila Room, which I could not find a picture, and I think it's the same picture they used. Yeah, it is. I feel bad. But same with the Red Room. But this one is survival difficulty of class 0.
Oh.
Yeah, so
it's like
just
perfectly
very
safe.
safe. It says safe, secure, devoid of hostile entities. The Manila is a small room that can rarely be found in level 0 and often acts as a safe point where wanderers meet when traveling through this level. The Manila Room is an isolated square room with thick walls within level 0 named for the unique beige color of its wallpaper. It has minimal furnishings which vary slightly between appearances, usually no more than a table and a chair, as well as anywhere from 1 to 4 entrances. The Manila Room is commonly used as a meeting point for wanderers, as despite the changing and isolating nature of level 0, the Manila Room will always appear in the same location for everyone when discovered, and does not have the same effect as level 0, which prevents wanderers from meeting. This leads to wanderers appearing to fade into existence upon entering. Care should be taken to avoid entering from the same entrance at the same time.
The heck?
Yeah, I don't know what that insinuates is nothing good, but
yeah.
the lighting room in the Manila Room is nearly identical to that of level 0 and produces the same irritating noise. The brightness of these lights, however, varies greatly and is known to fluctuate over time, causing occasional periods of total darkness. Standard entities have never been observed in the Manila Room. However, knocking and banging noises have been reported coming from within the walls, leading some to believe that one or more entities may be present within them. These noises are reportedly loudest during periods when the lights are off. It says the Manila Room is used to store MEG documentation that explains the backrooms and provides essential information to new wanderers, of which roughly 36% reported that the documentation has been essential in escaping level 0. All documentation is stored in folders stamped with the MEG insignia and placed on the table if it is present, though these documents do occasionally disappear, with the normal changes to the room requiring that they be replaced when reported missing. Documents stored here cover a variety of topics, most notably no clipping, a field guide to the most common and dangerous entities, and a guide to important levels. A sample document can be viewed below, which I had even got a screenshot of this document and was going to put it in, and then I never did. So it just I can read through this. It says this is document 3 out of 7, the only document it shows. It says level 0. This is the level you are currently within. A unique property of this level is its isolating effect that prevents any two wanderers from seeing or interacting with each other, even when standing in what should be the same location, as well as its shifting non-Euclidean nature. No clipping as described earlier is the only safe documented way to exit this level. And then it has a short description of level 1. Reaching this level should be your next goal. Our primary base, which is one of the safest locations for you, is located here. Level 1 takes the appearance of an infinite warehouse stocked with crates full of supplies.
Huh.
Yep. And then level 2's description is level 2 is more dangerous than the previous 2 levels and has much tighter spaces to traverse. It takes the form of a labyrinth of maintenance tunnels and piping, often maintaining an uncomfortably hot temperature. The safest place on level 2 is a settlement known as Office Space EL3A. And level 3 is, this level is exceptionally dangerous, most often the most perilous one perilous level 1 encounters before settling down in a community somewhere safer. Level 3 takes the form of an electrical station with many machines and barred off areas. Its halls have no working lights, and many entities lurk within them. It is heavily contested for its valuable resources and location close to safer levels, such as Level 4. Many of the factions contesting it are hostile to the Meg and to you. So, like, there are evil groups of people in the Backrooms. In this version of the Backrooms. Level 4. Level 4 is one of the safest and most inhabited levels of the Backrooms. Having the form of an endless abandoned office, it has a plentiful supply of almond water and relatively few hostile entities. It is a popular place for people to rest and take refuge or settle down and live permanently in.
I like that it's almond water.
Yeah,
It's so specific.
I don't know where that came from, but it's always just like you don't find normal water, you find almond water in the Backrooms. Like I've even read things of like entities that if you give them almond water, they won't kill you and stuff. Like it's like a whole thing.
You better hope that you don't have a nut allergy. If
you have a tree nut allergy,
Backrooms,
you're screwed
you're
in the Backrooms.
a lot of trouble.
And then there's 2 more levels which I won't cover because, yeah, I'm gonna be all mysterious.
Ooh.
But that was the Manila Room. Now, side notes. I took this quote directly from the website. I am saying that I took it from the Meg the Backrooms.
Okay.
The Backrooms wiki. This is a quote directly from it. The Meg. The Meg, aka the Major Explorer Group, is a group created by the people of the Backrooms. The group started out as an exploration outpost in 2012, but it grew to become an exploration group by 2014. The Meg tries to keep wanderers safe from entities, traps, and other groups such as the Insurrection, which they are at war with for territory of levels like Level 3. To ensure the safety of the wanderers, the Meg maintains multiple teams for different purposes. This faction is extremely friendly and will allow new members into a team known as the Volunteer Squad until they are ready to be in a team of their own. So they're like a survivor group that helps other people survive.
Okay.
We've got Level 1. It's like a parking garage, which it said was, what did I say it was before? Like an office space?
Uh-huh.
It's like a parking garage and office space kind of put together. It's weird.
Gotcha.
And
Very moist again.
Yeah, of course, very, very moist. Don't drink that. It's not water, though. Who knows what it is? It says, Level 1, the habitable zone. Survival difficulty class 1. So it's on par with Level 0, which kind of...
Interesting.
Which is kind of confusing, seeing as how it says safe and secure, presence of anomalous resources, and minimal entity count. This says, congratulations, Wanderer. If you're reading this article, that means you have successfully escaped the Yellow Halls, commonly referred to by other Wanderers like you as Level 0. As you have most likely read on the Manila Room documents, you have unfortunately no-clipped into another realm known as the Backrooms. So it's weird. Like, the information's, like, kind of weird and all over the place. But, thankfully, and learned how to use no-clipping to your advantage. Following your no-clipping, you are now on Level 1, the second level of the Backrooms, also nicknamed the Habitable Zone. This place, unlike the Yellow Halls, is much more complex and deadly, as it is home to various creatures and phenomena that you aren't used to yet. Fortunately, however, you will also find resources such as food and water, as well as settlements of people who will help you stay safe. This article will describe everything you need to know to survive here, as well as explain how to reach us. The following groups have helped write this article and will actively help you if you encounter them here. Try finding them by looking for their logos. So these groups are called the Ariane Circle, I think that's how you say that, and then the BNTG, and then the Meg, and then the Nomads, and the Speed No Clippers. Keep in mind that not all humans in the Backrooms are friendly, so be wary of anything that moves, entity or not. You can find explanations and advice about both of them down below. And then once again, they have another quote from a person that was in the Backrooms level 1.
Mm-hmm.
But I won't be reading that. If you want to, visit their website. It says, the halls. Right now you are standing in the halls. They are wide and open areas with consistent architecture of bland, discolored walls that stretch over miles, with the occasional concrete pillars maintaining the structure's integrity. Many wanderers describe this as an endless chimera between an underground parking lot and an abandoned warehouse. That's what it was, abandoned warehouse, not office.
Yeah. The office space is lower.
Yeah. A description that might spark some familiarity for you. It says... That's what it said in it, I swear.
Oh, I thought you were making a joke because I work in an office.
No. I know, after I said that, I was like, oh no, I swear I'm not making fun of you.
I was like, boom, roasted.
Boom. Get wrecked. You have an adult job.
Loser.
It says, the halls of the habitable zone host two specific phenomena. The apparition of crates being the only way to get resources, and the frequent flickering of the lights, creating small blackouts where the anomalous wildlife of the level tends to come out. Both will be developed below in their specific parts, so refer to the links if you need this information now. So it says navigation. The habitable zone is subject to what we call non-Euclidean geometry. This means that distances you perceive are fabricated by your senses, and that your surroundings aren't what you think they look like. Examples of this include walking for a few dozen seconds, yet finding yourself where you thought the horizon was, or wandering around for several minutes only to realize you barely moved from your original location. So it just makes no sense. Yeah,
that would suck so bad.
It's terrifying. It says, thankfully there is a way to navigate this place without relying on your deceiving senses, as it directly involves your surrounding. It says, first, try localizing a particular landmark at a reasonable distance. A table, a colored pillar, an electric panel, a crate. Walk towards it carefully, never looking away from it. If you don't appear to get any closer, it means that the landmark is way further from you than you thought. In this case, look for another landmark and repeat the process. So, like, because it messes with your senses, find something to focus on and walk towards that thing. And if you're not getting closer, it's because it's further away than it looks. So look at something else and try to get to there first, then maybe to that landmark. Like, it's weird. This will allow you to always know where you are by using a reference point, helping you track where you are at all times. Once you start getting used to this anomalous environment, you need to rely on external objects. Your need to rely on external objects will gradually fade away. This doesn't mean you should take too much confidence so hastily either. Getting too self-assured is the number one cause of death among new wanderers. Distances you see will always be artificial, so don't think you mastered non-Euclidean exploration in only a few hours. Then they have an explanation of a bunch of different sectors of it, which is, I'm not going to cover that respectfully, or disrespectfully, however you want it.
Boom, roasted.
I'll read the description, though, before the sectors. It says, as you start walking deeper into the level, you might notice some slight environment changes, like pillars with different forms than before, walls featuring more decrepit colors. Those shifts in the landscape are tied to a partition of the level into similar yet distinct zones wanderers call sectors. You can think of them as subsections of the habitable zone, still a warehouse, but with some architectural differences between each. Why would we care about changes that are so subtle? The answer is simple. Thanks to their existence, groups manage to name and locate several key areas of the level. This makes navigating the habitable zone a much easier experience, as using them allows anyone to figure out which part of level 1 they are in. Obviously, those sectors remain huge, so keep using landmarks for navigation. So their names are the Aquila sector, the Guild sector, the Gothic sector, the Ouroboros sector, the Garden sector, and the Fabled sector. After that, it says, now that you know how to wander around without losing yourself, try looking for signs of life. Our groups usually patrol within the level to help people like you get to our base safely, knowing that you can look for signs of our presence, to find us more easily, and keep your eyes sharp and open at all times. And then it explains how to recognize settlement landmarks, and then has another quote from someone, and then it explains the corridors, which, yeah, okay, the next portion is the corridors. Whatever sector you are in, it is safe to assume you've come across single or double pushable doors, sometimes with an exit sign above them. While they don't make you leave the level, they will lead you to the second zone of level 1, the corridors. Tight and labyrinthine by nature, they form a sprawling complex of dimly lit concrete pathways that can go on for kilometers. Don't be scared to enter them, however, they're actually far safer than the halls. Indeed, as you will quickly realize, the structure of the corridors isn't anomalous, which means you can finally trust your senses again to navigate. But beware nonetheless, this complex is convoluted and it's still easy to lose yourself if you're not careful. So don't venture too deep if you can avoid it. If you have to, try finding a way to retrace your steps, for example, by using yarn balls as an Ariane thread.
That's smart.
Yeah.
So you just got something to follow to get back?
Yeah. That's interesting. Is that why... Is Ariane like a reference to like the labyrinth from Greek mythology or something? Anyways, while you're looking that up, I'm going to continue.
It looks like it's a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Ariane the Labyrinth Servant.
Gosh dang it. Alright, there you go. Yu-Gi-Oh reference. Someone out there is happy, I'm sure. As for what the corridors hold within, you could compare them to the cave systems back on Earth. They are safe from any hostile presence and are a great shelter for anyone looking to set up an encampment. However, they are also barren and lack resource presence. As such, make sure you gather everything you need before leaving the halls. So, like, you know, the crates that they say have, like, food and water in them, those don't appear in these corridors.
Gotcha.
And then it says, of course, the corridors aren't devoid of rooms. Quite the opposite, in fact. However, much like the rest of the habitable zone, they are purposeless, holy crap, devoid of sense and logic, and examples of these rooms are small office rooms with an old computer, an office table, dimly lit by a singular light bulb hanging from the ceiling, or tight spaces with brick walls surrounding them, or large infirmaries with a singular hospital bed at the center and some tables on the sides.
That'd be so creepy.
Yeah, that's weird. And a rubber room with a chair in the middle of them, sometimes clipped into the floor, and wide rooms with paintings on the walls and floor. Then they have a video showing off the brick rooms, but, you know, obviously I can't show it. So I'll just continue. If you want to see it, check out their website. I'm going to say that like 80 times. Even with their absurd layout, those rooms are ideal spots to take rest in. Their temperature fits human comfort, and their enclosed nature allows for a safe sleep. You can claim one of them as your own for the night to get some well-deserved sleep, which will allow you to look for more groups, or for groups, more easily afterwards. Then they have like a little pamphlet about creating an encampment in the corridors safely. And then they have another quote from another character, or maybe the same character. And then, then they talk about the flickering. Remember how they said while you're in the halls, like this first area in this picture, there's an event called the flickering. It says, and it does happen in the corridors too, sorry. It happens throughout all of level 1. That's my bad. As its rather upfront name indicates, flickering refers to random times when all the natural lights of the habitable zone switch off, engulfing the level in complete darkness. Don't be fooled by its simplicity, however. Out of all the Backrooms phenomena, it might be one of the deadliest you can witness. Both the start and duration of the flickering event cannot be predicted. As such, their random nature is known to stress wanderers as soon as they begin. their innate fear of the dark getting the better of them. You might think this sudden anxiety is warranted, as this phenomenon renders the possibility of losing yourself much higher. However, while this is true, the lack of light isn't the real danger. Indeed, like an anomalous night, flickering allows for many creatures to come out and lurk, hunting for prey who cannot see them as easily. No hall is safe during the flickering event, whatever the sector is. As such, as soon as one starts, you must enter a corridor section fast, because, it's rooms to hide in and stuff.
So
it's not
you
an
better
open...
just hope that you know where the closest corridor was then.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, then you're just lost.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it's pretty terrifying. It says, locate the nearest corridor entrance by looking for a green light faintly illuminating the door below it. Do not use a light source to walk up to it. Becoming the only bright light source in an area will only lead you to a quick death. Instead, find the wall connecting to said door and then slowly fumble towards the small light. This will allow you to avoid getting lost in the non-Euclidean architecture. Keep in mind, most entities have evolved to hear even the faintest sound, so avoid running to your destination. Although corridors are also dark during the event, entities will rarely wander there. You can therefore find a room to stay in until the lights come back. Yeah.
That's so awful.
It is. And then it talks about the crates. It says, this place wouldn't be a warehouse if it didn't host resources. Now that you've been wandering around for some time, it's safe to say you've come across some featureless wooden boxes. Usually found on shelves or directly on the floor, these boxes are called crates by wanderers and group members alike. While they look rather unassuming, they hold your only hope at survival, resources. Usually appearing behind your back or after a flickering event, virtually anything can be found within them. In fact, their existence alone makes it possible to set up bases at this level, and therefore led to the level being named the habitable zone by groups who set up there. It is worth noting that the crates can disappear once not looked at. As such, make sure you take everything you need before leaving one behind.
That sucks
yeah.
so bad.
It's like you just open a crate and it's got like food in it, you grab one out, and then you like tilt your head back to like drink a drink and look down, the crate's gone. Like, are you freaking kidding me?
Like, no!
Yeah. It says, a non-exhaustive, that's a weird word, non-exhaustive list of useful objects to look for can be found in the guide below. They talk about looking for almond water or food.
Okay.
And then they talk about clothes, like warm, clean clothes, medical equipment, tools, entertainment, and then like a watch, a phone charger, a sleeping bag.
So it holds like all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Then. Not just like raw goods. It's like.
Yeah, it just said it could be almost anything you find it. You could find food, clothes, water. I don't know where it's at, but I read that they had found like a backpack, but the zipper was broken, but it's still a backpack,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just stuff like that.
Interesting.
Like yarn, a knife, an axe, fire starting supplies, headlights, flashlight. Yeah. Tons of stuff. And now we move on to the entities, which is why I was mad that I didn't include pictures, because I said make sure to get a picture of every single one of them.
Oh.
And then I didn't, because I'm dumb. You'll see one of them on the next slide, but it's like one of my favorite entities in the Backrooms. I get to read off their names, though, at least. It says, the Backrooms isn't only made up of anomalous landscapes, it is an ecosystem filled with unhinged creatures you've never seen before. Some of them are neutral towards human, and some can even be helpful, but most are predators. They represent an active mobile threat that will get you if you're not careful. As said previously, entities tend to hunt during flickering events, but this doesn't mean you won't find them when the lights are on. As such, stay aware of moving presences around you at all times. This means looking around regularly, including the ceiling, floor, as well as behind you. Entities all have different physical appearances and behaviors. If you see a creature you cannot identify from far away, refer to the general advice below and/or check the table for more specific advice. Keep in mind the database has most of them detailed in specific articles. It says, to do, avoid panicking at all costs. Being crippled by fear is common, but remember, as long as you're far away, you're safe. 2. Silently go in the corridors to permanently lose them. 3. If you can see an exit, hide behind a pillar or crate until you hear them leave. Or if you can't see an exit, hide until you behind a pillar. 4. If you need to leave quickly, retrace your steps to the previous landmarks you used for navigation to avoid getting lost. And then to avoid, it says, if you see or hear the entity approaching, do not run. The non-Euclidean structure of the halls might bring you closer to the creature and get their attention faster. Do not use guns to harm the entity while far away. Although you might take down the entity, the noise will only bring more. Do not pick a close-up fight with any entity either. Again, overconfidence is one of the most common death cause for newcomers. Don't approach single humanoid presence when you're not sure they're humans. Keep in mind, real people often wander around in groups. Their website, the Backrooms wiki, very useful. It shows all of it. If you just go to level 1 and scroll down, it'll have entities and then a list that you can open. The first one is called Arms. Its relevant characteristics is a singular limb coming through vents and cracks during blackouts to catch wanderers.
Ew.
Yeah. General advice is be wary of sounds coming from behind or above you when the lights are down, and flash the entity with your light if you hear one. So, as explained, it looks like arms, like just arms sticking out of like vents or cracks in the walls. Very, very freaky looking. Once again, I'm sorry I don't have any pictures. I don't have any of most of these. I have a picture of one of them, and that's about it. But the second creature is called Clumps. And it says, piles of connected limbs rushing to their prey with high speed. It says, be wary of walking sounds and avoid making noise yourself when near. Keep in mind they possess no eyes. So they can't see you, but they can hear you.
Okay.
And then Crawlers. Says pathogenic fungus that takes over your mind after a short while. They do not drink or touch. It says do not drink or touch unsealed liquids to avoid infection, nor interact with infected beings. It looks like just like a spider covered in fungus, kind of. Yeah. And then there's one called the Dolers. It says humanoid creatures ambushing wanderers by no clipping through walls. Stay away from walls if you hear suspicious noise around you, such as grating or rustling sounds. So it's just a dude who can just like walk through walls.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
That's fair.
Yeah. It says Growlers. Sentient creatures made of cables with high strength and low intelligence.
Weird.
Throw heavy objects onto their head to disorient them and run away. If directly attacked, try ripping up cables from their head.
That is weird.
Yeah. She's got pictures, but you guys don't, sorry. Hounds. Humanoid dogs with animalistic behavior. If contact is unavoidable, intimidate it by visual contact and noise. Otherwise, stay away from its path. They're like dog people. Like
yeah.
Like, it's like a person if they were like, yeah, dog.
Looking like Big Brother Edward over here.
Why would you say that?
Too soon. Am I wrong?
No, you're right. That's crazy. The next one's called...
Go on, pronounce it.
Nguether Zur. Yep, that's crazy. Says insectoid entities found on ceilings near ball-like dizzying webs. Says avoid walking below their webs, even if it means going back to where you came from. And then, one of my favorite ones, by the name, Skin Stealers. White humanoid creatures wearing the skin of their previous victims as a disguise, usually attacking after long enough interaction with the wanderer. It says, try discussing with them as they possess low intelligence. As soon as you can confirm they're not human, back away calmly.
Gross.
Yeah, it's really nasty. And then my personal favorite, smilers.
This would be terrifying.
Oh, it gets so much worse. Yeah, it's bright animalistic faces attracted by light and noise. Once having spotted their prey, says stay calm, switch off, or throw your light away as bait. So I'll try to explain the smilers a little better in a sec because they're my favorite and I can't let it be that short of a description. But the next one's called Wranglers. It says huge snake-like creatures burrowing into walls, hypnotizing wanderers with their body. If you feel or hear the walls, ceiling, or roof vibrate, leave the area in silence. And the last one is Wretches. Aggressive undead humanoids with low intelligence. Keep in mind, those creatures aren't human. Don't attempt to interact with them, even if you can understand their voice.
That's crazy.
That's terrifying. So, like, that's pretty much the end of it, because it's just talking about, like, Meg bases. Like, Meg base alpha is in level 1.
Okay.
But I'm going to talk more on the smilers, because I love them. My sources, obviously Backrooms Wiki, all of the other links are from the Backrooms Wiki, so they'll all take you to the same website, just different parts of it.
Okay.
But smilers are... I just have to cover this because I love them because of how terrifying they are. They're just floating smiley faces, right? Like in this picture and on the ones provided in the website.
Uh-huh.
They only appear in the dark, and I've seen times where they can move in other instances where they sit still, but obviously it says they'll chase you, so clearly they can move. But supposedly they don't have a body. It's just a floating smiley face. Like in the dark, you look at this thing, you shine your light at it, it's going to be just a floating smiley face.
Ew.
And it is said, I know I read it somewhere, but it said that they might, the theory is that they have bodies, it's just we can't perceive their bodies with our senses.
Oh.
Yeah, they're terrifying. No. But I just love how they look. They're just freaky looking smiley faces.
So creepy.
That just float there. And if you shine a light, it's just a floating smiley face, and it can move. It'll move towards you in the light if it catches you. Like it's freaky, but it's really cool.
Ew.
But yeah, I feel like there were parts that I wanted to specify, but I kind of missed a couple, and other times I think I did a decent enough job of it. If you like really want to know about the Backrooms, like I said, their website is chock full of information, like hundreds of levels explained, sub-levels in between, everything like that, entities, different groups, and then obviously check out Kane Parson, or his YouTube channel is called Kane Pixels. It's his YouTube channel. He was the creator of the Backrooms originally, so you can watch his stuff to see his Backrooms specifically. And there are tons of games out about the Backrooms, like on Steam. There's games literally called the Backrooms, like that will cover all these levels, not all of them, but a lot of these levels like this. It's really fun games to play with your friends and stuff, but like there's information on it everywhere is basically what I'm saying. So
have you played Backrooms games?
Yeah, I played the Backrooms on Steam.
How was it?
It was pretty fun. We worked through like quite a few of the levels. I think my friends and I finished it because when we played through it, we played to the last level, but the game wasn't fully, like, not all the levels were out yet.
Boo!
Boo hiss!
Boo hiss! Hiss boo!
But yeah, it's a pretty fun game. Check it out with your friends if you want. It covers more levels than what I covered, and yeah, pretty much that's my, I think, part 1 of my Backrooms saga. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Is that the skin stealer?
No.
Who's that guy?
He's called a party goer. He's in a different level.
A party goer?
Yeah, when I was reading the pamphlet that was giving...
Heart.
Yeah, when I was reading the pamphlet that had, like, levels of, like, the descriptions of level 1 through 5.
Uh-huh.
And then I said I'm not reading the rest. It had his level on it. And then one more. But I really like the party. They're
That's
freaky
funny.
looking. Their little floating balloon. But yeah, you have any final thoughts? Any questions that I could answer, if I can?
I don't think so. I feel like, again, I feel like I always say this, but I'm just always so impressed with like people's abilities to
Make this
take
kind of
something
stuff
that someone
online.
created and then just expand on it exponentially.
Yeah,
Like it's
it's
so
insane.
crazy.
It is so cool. I
The
really
amount
like the
of, like,
Backrooms.
creativity that goes into it is insane.
Yeah, like this is people's brains.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
I feel like now I kind of want to try to play a Backrooms game, but I also feel like I'm such a big wimp that I'll probably just get too scared and not actually play it.
It's really not that bad. I mean, this level specifically, the party goers on, it's a pain in the butt.
It's
I'll
a
admit.
party.
It's a party. It is a party, but it's a pain in the butt at
But
the
look
same
how
time.
happy that guy is. How could it be bad?
Yeah, he is
With
very
his
happy.
bell-bottom pants. Look at that figure too. You're telling me that guy's bad?
You know what?
He's freaking snatched.
You know what? You cannot. You cannot.
Look at his little tiny waist.
He's got the little. He's got that small waist.
Got that hourglass figure going on. And you're gonna tell me that's a bad person?
If you could see his face, like I know it's so hard to see, but their faces are not pleasant.
Oh, that's how they get
They're
you.
just smiley faces. But yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.